Hello again, welcome back to Let's Play Motorsport Manager. Timix here. We are continuing the Up in Flames challenge. We had a promising practice session in Vancouver, but now it's time to move into qualifying in the race and see what that's going to translate into for us. Once again, we've adjusted our weight stripping strategy and getting some better performance that way, but we've pretty much got to get Wexler the win. He's definitely got to beat Chapman if we're going to have any chance at finishing the season on top of the driver's standings, which is our goal in this challenge. And Chapman set searing pace in practice. Yes, everything's all about him. And the graph apparently really struggling. Not a whole lot that interesting here. And we've got nice weather for qualifying as expected. Finish second or above and we'll get 700k bonus. Let's see what our weather's going to be like. It's pretty much going to be great. Okay. Of course, we're going to want that qualifying bonus. And, I'm going to take the wet tires ones in case it gets wet later. Super softs are not really going to help us for qualifying because if it's dry, everybody's going to go out on ultras. And the other drivers are going to be stronger than us in ultras, so I'm thinking we're going to be weaker in qualifying than during the race, but nothing to be done about that. Alright. We're at 96% on the setup for Wexler. Let's see if we can should be able to improve that a little bit. Okay, so the second and third one we had better speed balance. Why was that? Okay, it was just a little bit higher top speed. We've never hit... We've been great on the last three for the downforce. I think we need a little more downforce, a little more top speed. And I do mean a little bit, not a lot. In fact, I don't want to go that high. That might even be too much. I don't want to mess with the handling though. Come on. It's interesting when you just want to tweak it just that little bit. I'm going to try that. Might actually be moving it too far. We're going to go with that though. And we're definitely going to want to use the Ultra Softs for qualifying, but it's probably going to get faster as time goes on. So I'm just going to use these supers. I'm just going to go out on those supers at first, just to, sort of tune up here. Then we can come back in and run on the ultras and hopefully get a little better time with totally fresh tires. So yeah, that's going to do it for Wexler. Let's take a look at Saarinen. Okay, we're all set on the speed balance. Downforce. It's been great the last two. And really didn't get changed. It was okay there. Okay, probably a little more downforce. What about the handling? That was poor. Great there. And then good here. So we want to push the handling more towards the understeer, and we want a little more downforce. Don't know if I want to go quite that far. But you know what? I'm going to try it and see what happens. And go back out in the super softs there as well. Okay, let's see how this rolls. Okay, now I've got to... Okay, so it's just a slider here. I'm going to try to move it up higher and boost the tire temp. My first time messing with this, so we'll see how that rolls. So how are we doing on Wexlers? Overheated, yeah. Tires are getting too high. Let's lower it down some. Not that far. Maybe holding it in the middle. We're getting close to the finish line. They are too hot. Thank you. I can't adjust that anymore. Because he's about to head into the start. Let's see about Saarinen here. He's good right there. Okay. So I just went a little too hot with Wexler. I'll have to get used to messing with that. Of course, we're not expecting a good time here anyway. Liked Wexler's form to get up. He's not having a good day. See, we're still running faster than some of the cars on Ultras, so that's good. But not most of them. Most of them are faster than us. 2 Steinmans on top. .5, Wexler just not having the best day. Okay, let's see how our car is looking. 98%, excellent on everything, beautiful. That's where I want to be. So now it's time to run some Ultras and see what kind of time we can get. 98% there also. I'm going to stick with both of those. 98 and 98 is just fine with me. Might be able to improve it slightly, but not much. Okay, let's try keeping them about in the middle. Still cold, not warming up. Well, warm up more then. I think the needs change based on the kind of tires. It's improving a little bit. Let's bump that down a little. Tires locked in, looking great. Perfect for both of them. Outstanding. That's what I'm looking for. Third place, just over a second behind. And a lot of that's probably because they ran ultras during practice, so they got their bonus. Looks like we're going to have continued good weather. Grip is going to continue to go up, so we're going to give this another try. Switch to fresh tires, get out there, do the same thing for Siren in here. See if we can nail the temps again. Yeah, I think right about there is where we want to be to get them up to speed. Oh, that's a little too high. Go back down. Go back down. Crud. I got him too high. And not quite perfect. Didn't do quite as well that time. So Wexler up to a second behind. And we're not going to have enough time to get around again, so that's going to be our last attempt. Might have been able to run a bit faster if I'd waited for the grip to get a little higher, but it's not even going up anymore, so yeah. 4th and 7th, very similar to how we did in practice. Gonna have to hope that the ultra tire disadvantage here doesn't hurt us during the race itself. Also going to have to hope that we can get some better form going. So everybody has finished their laps. That looks like that's going to be our final position. And, yeah. Wexler stuck in row 2. So that is a little bit disappointing. We don't get the sponsor bonus. Not hugely surprising. But, you know, still disappointing. Still think we've got a good chance to do better in the race because we're looking at rain. And we are on the wet tires. We're ready for the wet tires, rather. Chapman pips Holtz to the pole. Close run between the two Steinman racers. So, yeah, Dieter Wexler says, keep the faith. He's got confidence in me. Race day and it's beautiful weather. No rain. Rain is coming, though. How much remains to be seen. Looks like, yeah, maybe about 20 laps in. We're going to get some rain. Says everybody start on ultras. I may not do that. So we're going with a race. Yeah, race trim and the wet tires. If we get into rain, we should be faster than anybody else. But during the rest of the race, if it's dry, they're probably going to be faster than us. So this is a gamble, but I think it's our best chance. Now, we've had 2 or 3 extra laps of fuel at the end of the last couple. So I'm just going to knock off a couple there. And I also, everybody else is going to probably be running on ultras. But well, it doesn't do any good to choose super soft because we're not taking the bonus from that. So we'll stick on ultras. Okay. Better or worse, I think we're ready. Let's double check our weight stripping. And I think we're where we want to be on that. Okay. Chapman and Holtz. Lippinen and Wexler, all looking pretty average. Schmidt looking like he's doing good behind him. Saarinen looking alright there in 7th, still up close to the top. We've got a mix of super softs and ultras here. And regular softs. Lundqvist, some of these others, they're just looking to not burn up their tires right away because they're at the back of the field, but Gonzalez with Van Dort taking a different approach. And yeah, pretty steady speed decline as you go to the back. Okie dokie. Let's see how we do here at the start. We've got Holtz and Lipponen fighting, and Lipponen taking on second. Chapman already starting to run away with it, and Wexler, Saarinen not far behind second and third place. Looking to get in front of them, stay within contact of Chapman. And there's Saarinen going past in fourth. That's not expected. Saarinen with the fastest lap up to third, faster than Chapman? Are you serious? And now Wexler up to third. So we're about a second and a half behind Holtz, now third and fourth. Looking pretty good out of the start. But the tires are starting to burn up already. We're going to have to back off those. Keep the engine rolling for a while, but tires are not going to take a frenetic pace for long. See how they hold at neutral. I'm going to back off the engine now. I don't want to crush. The thing about using the weight stripping is we've also got to make sure we're not killing the engine too much, and it's a long race. It's 54 laps, so looks like we're definitely not going to be able to run higher than neutral on those tires. And that rain is still not super heavy rain, so it may not let us get into wets. We really got to hope the second half of the race we get some serious heavy rain. We are falling further behind Chapman. I don't think we're going to beat him unless we beat him in the wet. Maybe, but it doesn't seem likely. Yeah, like a half second a lap or something. Definitely pulling away from us. Both drivers at about 4.5 on the form is not great either, so Vancouver not going superb for us at this juncture. Wexler does not seem to be catching Holtz. Holtz is not slowing him up. Well, the gap's going up and down between 1 and 1.5 seconds. Pretty big gap back to Saarinen. And yeah, now almost 2 seconds. Look at Holtz is even faster. So it just looks like the Steinman car. We just can't overcome the Steinman car right now. And of course, being a close second to them is not going to be enough to get it done for us. They are still pulling away. So right now, I think we're just riding this out. And then we'll take a look when we come into the pits. We want to change tires, but we're pulling away from the rest of the field. And they are pulling away from us. It looks like Holtz has similar tire wear, maybe a little more. Chapman has less. Didn't burn his tires as much at the beginning, so Harry Chapman definitely holding all of the cards right now. Everything's still looking solid. I want to keep a close eye on that, because of course if we can try to push and maybe make up some ground later on in the race, we're going to want to try to do that. Yeah, the rain is going to get heavier later on. But that looks like intermediate tire territory. Not quite enough rain for the wets that we really need to succeed. Gonna get a few more laps out of these tires. I think we're definitely going to want to burn another set of Ultras when we come in, because after that we'll be getting into wet tires. There's no point in going out on a lower performance tire when we're not going to be able to use the whole life of it anyway. So actually, I might as well just come in now, because then we can get more out of the softer tires degrade more as they are used up. We can get more out of them. I really don't see any reason to wait. We'll push those tires for as long as we're able. 9th and 13th now. Of course, most of the cars haven't come in. A couple have, but most have not. And Holt's really running those tires down. That hopefully is gonna... I think that's gonna hurt them. Some at least, because we're now out on fresher tires than they are. So if we don't get caught up in traffic, we should be looking pretty good here. Relatively good, at the very least. Wexler thankfully not being caught in traffic at all right now. Saarinen does have some. But he's a good overtaker, although he's just dropped back again. Alright. Temperatures nearing the warning zone. And Wexler's now ahead of Holtz after that pit stop, which is nice. I'm going to push a little bit more here with Wexler to get through the traffic. I think that's the right move. Get by, get by, get by. Doggone it. Almost made the pass. Still looking for a way past Lundqvist. Side by side through those turns and in front. Holtz and Chapman went to intermediates before it started raining. The idea was they didn't want to stop a second time. However, Holtz at least is going to burn them up pretty good, and Chapman's going to... I'm not sure about that strategy. Might work out for him, might not. I'm a little surprised by it, though. Here comes some rain. But I want to go around at least one more. Yeah, it doesn't look like it's going to rain heavy enough to really get us into wet tire territory. That's really unfortunate for us. Made our gamble, and I think we lost it. You know, I was just thinking about that. I think you're right. I think it is time for it. Try to push these a little. I don't know how hard we can do them in this weather. Let's take a look. Wexler with Lipinen right on him there, or now right behind Holtz. Yeah, I think we want to stick with pushing the tires. It's definitely going to be faster. Gonna wear them sooner too, of course, but car conditions still looking quite strong. So I'm going to risk pushing. Suspension not so hot for Lippinen, we'll keep him there, but I want to push with Wexler. And his form just isn't there right now this weekend. 4.2. 4.1. Needed a good race out of him. We're not getting it. Lippinen looked like he's really burning those tires trying to get by me. And you know what? He can go right the heck ahead and do that if he wants, because he'll just have to pit faster. .0. Dieter Wexler, get it together. And it's time to shift down to neutral on the tires. It looks like Wexler's going to have good odds of finishing second, but, yep, Holt's now saying my tires are going, I'm going to come in. But that's not going to be enough. .30 seconds off the lead. Going to be alternating a bit here on the tires to get the most speed out of them. I want to back off on the gas because we're about a lap short right now. We are staying the same or just slightly catching up to Chapman. And I think that really shows the difference between the tires. He had the ultra advantage earlier, was just pulling away. Inters are even, and okay, yeah, we're just pretty much staying the same. Now falling back. But we're still a lot more competitive than we were. Question is, how do we make up half a minute? And I'm not sure that we can. I think we're going to have to come in 2 more times to finish this. 25 laps, probably too much. Let's see what the rating is for the inners. Yeah. Yep, it's going to be inters the rest of the way. So, again, in that circumstance, there's no reason really not to do it now. I'm going to come in, push the tires pretty hard, and then do 2 more stints like that. I think I can push the engine as much as fuel will allow. Doing fine on the pit stop so far. Then we're going to push here to get through the traffic. Come on, get ahead of show. Lost maybe half a second on Chapman in that exchange. Probably not going to get ahead because he's going in, so we'll just back off. Start pushing the tires again now that he's gone by. So unless something changes majorly here, we're going to be second. We're going to be half a minute behind, and we're not going to make our goal. Right there, just look at that form. 7.0 for Chapman, 4.4 for us. And frankly, that's got as much to do with this as anything. Harry Chapman's having a good day, and Dieter Wexler isn't. Aggravating as that is. I think we want to run till about, we get to about lap 41 or so on these tires. Then we're going to want to come back in for our final stop. Saarinen is running there in the middle of the pack. At least Wexler's back up. He's driving pretty well. Wexler's form is improving. Chapman's is really high. Chapman. We got Vasquez down there at 9.2. Schmidt 7.7. But Chapman, even relative to his abilities as the best driver in the world, is having himself a good day. We are catching him, though. Right now, at least. Well, yeah, a little bit. It's not enough. It's just too big of a gap. It is nice to know, though, that on the same tires we can basically compete with them. And we gotta outsmart him, and this time he outsmarted us. Not pleasant, but it is the way it is. Fuel situations coming to about even. Under 30 seconds. I have a feeling what we're doing here is just making that final margin a little better. And of course, Chapman, we're starting to lap. We're going to get our first lapping of people, and I think that that's going to have as much to do with this as anything. The catching up thing, it's just Chapman weaving his way through traffic. Push a little more for a couple laps. Rather burn the tires than the fuel at this point, given the temperatures. Wow. Suspension's going fast. I don't think we have any choice. I think Saarinen's got to fix that. How's Wexler's condition doing? Doing pretty good, but we might be a little careful. Up to 6.0. On the form, Chapman 6.1, down to 6.9. Well, we're racing better now that it's too late. Okay, I think it's time, up to 6.3, time to make the final switch. Not going to fix anything. Try to push and gain some more time at the end if we can. And Saarinen's going to come in for his last change. Gotta fix that suspension. It's going to cost some time. But, no. Gotta switch the tires, too. Yep, 10 seconds stop. It's driving well up in 7th. If you finish that high, that would be nice. Wexler comes out, just retaining third. Gonna stay just ahead of Sharp. And they screw up on the front jack. But I don't think it's going to cost any time. Oh, it did. 11.5. Awesome. Yeah, he's looking good enough to push the engine the rest of the way, try to gain some of that time. Wexler, I need to wait to get a little closer to the finish, I think, before I do that. Lipinen and Chapman, I also think they're letting their tires get a little bit too low. Probably going to hurt them. But, again, is it going to hurt enough to matter? Probably not. Chapman in the pit and doing some repairs. That's interesting. We are now second. And we gained some time. Down to 24 seconds. But again, you know, it's basically just a big hearty so what at this stage of things. Yeah. We don't have enough reliability left to really push. And Wexler's form's going down. Chapman looks like he's really, he's really pushing the car out there. He's got the fastest lap of the race, really extending that lead. But frankly, I don't think there's a whole lot we can do about it. I think we're close enough to the end. I'm going to risk pushing here with the Wexler. See what we can do. Chapman's still frying his car up there. And gradually pulling away. So a few laps to go. Barring something truly miraculous, as we start to lap the other cars now, this is going to do it for this attempt. still holding up all right. I think we might just make it through. Of course, the half-minute margin has been restored. Let's go all out with Saarinen. You know what? Let's do that with Wexler also. Okay, I'm going to leave it as that the rest of the way. Final lap now. And basically, second half of this race, nothing has changed. 30-second gap. Saarinen running middle of the pack. I'm glad you enjoyed it, Dieter, but it wasn't good enough. Saarinen thinks ninth is a complete disaster. Yeah, you're such a freaking hero, aren't you, Chapman? Well, let's go through the end of race stuff here real quick. No broken rules. Okay. Second place, 31 seconds behind. Did make the sponsor objective, who cares? Saarinen in ninth. Almost a minute behind. Was one of the slower cars to stay on the lead lap. Now 22 points behind, and we can pretty much forget about that gap, so it is over. So what went wrong for this race? Well, I think obviously the weather predictions not as accurate as I was hoping they were. So I gambled going on the wet tires and ended up costing me significantly. Chapman having a better racing day than Wexler didn't help either, but we would have been closer. We would have had more of a chance than we did without that. So I think going forward, what I need to do is not gamble based on the weather. You know, get my tire performance bonuses on the drier tires during the practice session and approach things that way so we can compete more head-to-head instead of trying to go for that particular type of outsmarting technique. So in the next episode, we will be restarting the Up in Flames challenge. It's the first one that I've failed here. There's no point playing out the last 2 races, I don't think, at this point. And I'm going to start it in Milan. The first race where Dieter Wexler comes back from injury. I don't think there's any point in recording the parts previous to that. I'll play through those, and the next episode will be in Milan. We'll take things we've learned about matching up with the other drivers in terms of tires and going more for super high reliability parts earlier on to get the weight stripping strategy in place. So I know I can do better doing those 2 things. Can I beat Chapman with it? Well, that's going to remain to be seen, but that's the way I'm going to try to approach it. So thanks for watching, and we'll restart this next time.